you guys? Welcome back. I left out marking up what I think this is gonna happen this week. So this video, I guess, is just gonna be mainly catered to how I prepare myself for the upcoming trading week. Today is Sunday. The market opens in about 2 hours. So let's get into it and see how I personally start for the trading week. I'm gonna share my screen. Here's TradingView. This is what I use. Being that I use TradingView, typically what I start from is the daily time frame, sometimes even the 2-day time frame. So now that we see the 2-day time frame has significant low here with a high here. Let's look at the daily time frame. The daily time frame is also bullish. Now that we know that we're in a bullish time frame, just I would write a little note here. Hmm, let's say, what is it? Let's say I'm to uncheck all of these right here. So what I would do right now, we're looking at this is the Nasdaq. This is US 30. We're looking at US 30. Let's say use these. I'm gonna use these flags right here, and let's do color green and red. So we're gonna do green for direction, bullish direction, looking for buys, mainly buys. Nasdaq. I think Nasdaq's bearish because the 2 days bearish. If 2 days bearish. I'm gonna say I'm looking for sells. I need to see some sell opportunities instead of buy opportunities. And if there are any buy opportunities, it'll be short term because I found a high for the 2-day and a low for the 2-day. So with us being in this range, especially at the end of the month, I'm expecting there to be a huge wick. Possibly it pushes us to the downside, maybe taking out November's low. So we're getting closer to the end of the year. There's also an imbalance right here on the daily time frame. So who knows, we might get price to push up there around this week. Um Giving us a reason to fall to the downside. So instead of green, I'm gonna label this as red. And then we have what else? 2-day. Let's start from the 2-day. From the 2-day standpoint, I do see that this is bearish. I'm going to consider this as a high, and then I'm going to consider this as a low. Now that we got this as the high and low, I'm expecting for sellers to step into the market, giving us reasons to go down. If we go down to the daily time frame, we can also see that there is a good imbalance right here. So I'm not sure when this could occur or if it does happen, but I am going to keep this in mind. And I have a label here that says imbalance, which I can also label on NASDAQ. Yeah, label NASDAQ, imbalance. Perfect. Now that we got this as bearish as well, I'm going to look at UK 100. So for UK 100, I'm gonna remove all these drawings and then start from the 2-day. With us being on the 2-day, what I'm looking at is a bearish market as well. So I think that we're gonna see some sellers stepping into the market. Not only that, let's go down to the daily time frame. We can see that there's a good imbalance right here as well. So I definitely want to wait and see what type of reaction we get once, we get into this area. What I do like using are alerts. Alerts is like my best friend. The reason it's like my best friend is because it allows me to understand when and where to look at the market. First, where to look at the market. Once it gets into that location, I get the alert, I get notified, and then I start seeing what happens. It's almost like when, where, and what. You're using like three W's: when, where, and what. When, don't know, but the alert will let me know. Where? Right here, right around this price. What? It's for us to find out what happens. Don't know what's gonna happen. Don't know what's gonna transpire, but we'll see. We'll see how the behavior moves, and if it looks like sellers are stepping in, if we're anticipating a bearish market happening, then we'll just have to wait to see if we get those type of any indications saying, hey, there's enough sellers to push this market, possibly push this market into the opposite direction. So I'm gonna wait to see what happens there. Bitcoin, I'm currently in a sell, so I'm gonna just make this dark blue because when it's dark blue, that just means that I'm actively, participating in that market, in that asset. And my take profit is gonna be this low right here. I don't expect to hold this long term just because, um, there's a good amount of imbalances here. And if there's a good amount of imbalances here, usually it gets filled in before going back into the direction, into selling. So not only that, the 4 hour time frame is bullish. So I just don't really agree with what's happening here. I really do think that there's a potential opportunity for the market to go bullish. So I'm really not gonna label anything at all, unless maybe I think I did set my alert here not only to know when prices hit my take profit, but also to know if we have some behavior that, you know, causes the market to seem like, we're going to go back into a short-term uptrend in order to take out this high right here. So I think we're going to target this price point this week. I also think that if we're targeting anything up here this week, this would be second. This would be third in line to be targeted this week. Another thing would be gold. So gold, I see it as bullish. I'm also actively in some orders for gold, both on my live account and funded account. And TP that I have set for TP1 is going to be this high right here. Once this high is taken out, I'm going to get an alert and I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to pay very close attention to price around this area 4409 to see how the behavior is so that I know whether I should take partials or if I should just let the trade run and profit. Who knows? Maybe I might do a trailing stop loss. We'll see. So that's pretty much all I have for this week. What the next thing that I do is usually what I'll do is I'll head over to my Discord and then I also drop down exactly what um direction, what main direction I think this week is gonna be, good for like how to trade the market. If we should mainly look for buys, if we should mainly look for sells. And that's going to be on this page. It's going to be in the channel that says weekly bias. If you guys are interested or want access to the Discord, the link for this is in the description below. Completely free. You guys have access to it if you guys want to communicate with other like-minded traders. Feel free. You can talk amongst each other in the general chat. And also, us traders send our trades and the trade analysis so that everybody can learn and grow together. There's also an education hub section where you guys can learn most of the things that I know. And then, stuff like that. I post almost every trade in performance log. I aim to post all my trades in performance log. Um, keep you guys up to date. But what I do next from here is head back over to TradingView and then I will organize this by looking at what I've selected. So what I would say is I have an AI create a list for me. Create weekly bias showing this week I'm bearish on Nasdaq, FDAX, UK 100, Bitcoin. Oh no, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. UK 100. Um, I would definitely say bullish on. Hold on one second. Yeah, I would definitely say bullish on Bitcoin and then also bullish on gold, but it's really hard to say for Bitcoin, so I'd rather not leave. I'd rather leave Bitcoin out of it. Let's do gold. Bullish on gold. And I think I was bullish on US 30, yeah. So bullish on gold and bullish on US 30. So the main asset that I left out of here is going to be Bitcoin because it's in a position where it's both bullish and bearish, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. As you can see, I'm currently on the 1 hour time frame. You see that we keep on making these, these downward moves, like these pushes to the downside. See, there's a lot of sellers that are in the market right now. Like, how did we get from this back down here? You know? Um, and if you look closely, you can see somebody keeps pushing the market down, and they keep just entering in, pushing the market to keep on creating these lower lows. You see all of these lows. So catching these moves to the downside is what I'm interested in right now. And I'll continue to do so until we get some more buying pressure in the markets. And there's a chance that we can get some buying pressure in the market once we take out this low right here. Like, this is what I'm targeting. I plan on I'm interested in taking out this low right here. So yeah, once we take out this low, then I'm gonna start looking to see what happens once price starts hitting these areas of interest somewhere to the right. So this is how I mark up every single week, and I send out, these trade ideas in the chat as well throughout the week. If you guys are interested, like I said, join the free community, join the free trading community, risk to reward trading community. Link for that is in the description. Like this video, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you guys get frequent updates and stay up to date with the community. Thank you guys for watching and hope you guys have a good trading week.